What language do people speak in Novaya Zemlya? Imagine standing on a remote Arctic island where the environment is so harsh that only the toughest survive. Now, think about what language people might speak in such an extreme place. Well, Novaya Zemlya is part of the Russian Arctic, and its history is tied closely to the indigenous peoples and the Russian government. The original inhabitants of Novaya Zemlya were the Nenets people, who have lived in the Arctic for centuries. They speak a language called the Nenets language, which is part of the Samyitic branch of the Uralic language family. This means it is related to other languages spoken by indigenous groups in Siberia and the Russian Arctic. The Nenets language is a vital part of their culture, used in daily life, storytelling, and traditional practices like reindeer herding and fishing. These people adapted to the cold, snowy environment, and their language reflects their unique way of life. However, in the late 19th century, some Nenets families were moved to Novaya Zemlya as part of Russian expansion efforts. Over time, the indigenous population decreased, especially after the mid-20th century when most Nenets were relocated to the mainland. Today, the main population on Novaya Zemlya is made up of military personnel and construction workers. They speak Russian, which is the official language of Russia. Russian is used for all official business, education, and daily communication. So, while the island's original language was Nenets, most people living there now speak Russian. The Nenets language still exists and is spoken by some indigenous groups in nearby regions, but on Novaya Zemlya itself, Russian is the dominant language. This shift reflects the broader history of Arctic exploration, colonization, and military presence in the region. Despite this, the Nenets language remains an important cultural marker for the indigenous people who once called Novaya Zemlya home.